Welcome to Laugh and Learn. I'm Gerald from TarotStache. Blessed to be joined by the amazing Debra Zachau from Grow Your Light with Debra Zachau. Debra and I had a wonderful show last week as we were talking about your new book, your latest book, I Have Your Number.
I have your number.
And oh my gosh. And we were like going, we should talk about master numbers because half of this book is about master numbers. Yeah. And yes, see everybody, I still have it tagged. And so today we're focusing on the master numbers of 11, 22, 33, 44, and 55 as you teach it, Debra. And so we're not doing mini readings today. And this is just practical numerology you can use.
Yeah.
And this is also that thing that I'm going to relentlessly say this. Purchase responsibly, know your limits. We're here to share, not to sell. But I'm sort of here to sell because it's such a great resource. I mean,
thank you.
I'm not going to lie to you. So, and so how are you?
I'm good. I'm great. I'm running around trying to figure out and I gave away some books last time.
You did.
And I'd be happy to give away some more this time.
Oh, you want to?
Sure. Go ahead and set that up.
Okay.
After I announced that I was going to give away books, and please, the only caveat is that if you could be in the United States, because that's where I can afford to mail them out. But so as soon as I announced it, I said, oh, my books are going to come in today. And then when I got off the show, it says delayed for a week, but I did get some in. So I'm able to go ahead and I'll probably give away about 3 more.
Okay.
So that would be good.
I'm looking after for my little tag, my little hashtag. I can't find it. Oh my gosh. Anyhow,
take your time. I can fill in the gaps.
Yeah. Fill in the gaps. Tell us about who you are. Tell us where people can find you.
Wonderful.
All of that stuff.
My favorite topic myself. So I have a website, DebraZachau.com, growyourlight.com, points to the same page. My numerology class for Valentine's Day is full. So thank you. I don't have anything else scheduled right now, but if you're interested in having a workshop, this is a standalone workshop. I'm not going to have you come back week after week trying to learn numerology because we don't need that much. We need the numbers need is your history and experience. That's how I teach it. So as we talk about the numbers today, whether you know someone else's birthday or not, life path number or not, makes no difference. It's going to queue up in your mind an action or behavior or an experience that you had with someone. And so you go ahead and equate that exclamation to that person, and that becomes a language spirit can talk to you through. So even though Uncle Carl may not be a 5 life path, but the shadow of a 5 sounds like Uncle Carl, you can equate that. And that's when it sticks. That's when the information sticks and it becomes part of you. Because my experience with Uncle Carl is maybe a different number, right?
Yes.
So you pull that together.
I love that. And I find that is a really wonderful way to connect with whatever tools that you're using. It just draws that attention and gets your connection to it. So long as you're not always going, well, it has to be, it has to be this way. It always has to be this way. Everybody grows and changes. That's also something you talked about in the book. this is a book for giving people excuses for poor behavior.
Right.
And I like to say that because it's so important. This doesn't excuse poor behavior. What it does is it gives a baseline and an understanding of how we operate. And when we approach that in a way that is healthy and balanced, we can use that to propel us to where we want to go.
Or the best part, we can use it to be able to second guess ourselves and be adults. Like, for instance, I am an impulsive buyer. And I know that's part of who I am. And then I think, oh, there it is. That's that. So at some point between clicking buy now or whatever, I need to say, oh, that's my 11 showing. That's my emotions showing. And I think, and so it just adds that buffer. But also I have gotten some reports where they say, it doesn't happen often, but, oh, this doesn't sound anything like me. Understand that people perceive you that way, whether you accept it or not. That's the magic part of it.
Yes. Because we don't often look at ourselves objectively.
Right.
So we don't become the observer very often. And when we do, and when people give us feedback, it's very, very, it can be very insightful.
Yeah.
Be very insightful. We already have amazing chatters here. Mods, please watch this one. I don't know if you've heard of this person. And also watch this one, that TarotStache. Butterfly Readings has joined us. Hypnicity, Cheryl, Jan, and okay, I'm probably missing people. Beth, Aspasia Rising, Purple Elephant Deb H is here. Hello, Deb. Bonzo has arrived. Timmy Raven.
Linda from Butterfly Readings was the first one, and she gets the cookie.
Well, look at that. Look at that. I love that. And so, a show of hands, how many people have this book? And, let me get it off of my shelf for you.
I love that.
So I have your number. It's, the links are below to where you can purchase it. You can purchase it responsibly and to know your limits. It is, well, you were saying somebody talked about this would be a great book for like a cocktail party or something like that.
Yeah, a party, or pull it out at a dinner with friends, or leave it in. Oh, sweet, sweet Linda. God bless you. And coffee shop. I'm thinking, how can I put this in a coffee shop just to be tossed around and you read it through coffee or something? Because just a little bit, because you had mentioned you read about how to calculate, and then you go right to your number. And that's why it was important for me to put the watermark on each one, which number chapter that is, so it's easy to find yourself.
Yes. But, you mean everybody doesn't have theirs tagged?
I love that. You took a picture of that. You know what? You took a picture of that and made a review for me, and it's pinned to the top now of Amazon. It is. And you're the first one to come out of the closet and say, as a professional reader. Yeah. And I loved that very much.
What's really amazing, I work with them. I meet with a couple or a group of people weekly, and someone has purchased the book after watching the show. She purchased responsibly. Thank you, Amber.
Thanks, Amber.
And she is a person who likes numerology. She uses numerology for her magical working. And this is a slightly different view of it and a different approach. And so she is smart enough to be able to allow new information to come in, play with it, and see what works and what informs her. So I mean, that's how's that for high praise?
That is wonderful. And there are some people who resist that, which I understand, because when you get used to a formula and an idea, but I really appreciate that feedback. That's a wonderful compliment.
Yes. Yeah. And I was fortunate enough to win a copy last week. I'm looking forward to receiving it and reading it.
I got I emailed her and said, I didn't get it. I won't get it till the 7th, but I got my box yesterday. So I'm sending it out today. Yeah.
Beautiful. And Sherry is like, impressive use of tags. Well, hi, I'm a 9. I'm a 9 life path. This is how I organize things. And, Maru has joined us. So it's great to see everybody here. Thank you.
Madam Maru.
Last time we went through, by the way, the link to the first show is in the description. I'm actually going to go back and add some chapters to that in the next couple of days. So if you want to watch it back, you can. I will also do the same here, so people can look at it. We talked about how to figure your number. It's just really easy, simple math. Just total it up. And we also, I mean, I was laughing because I was looking at all of my notes and I was like, then did we cover everything? Did we cover everything? Did we cover everything? And I think we did.
Yeah.
So that's good. And I only have 2 pages of notes for this show.
I love it.
And by the way, for those of you who may have forgotten, Debra also wrote Decode Tarot, which is, I'm working on a tarot class. This is going to be one of the suggested or helpful books that I have found helpful. And by the way, so there's that. Also, she wrote, well, under her pen name, she wrote, When Life Knocks You Off, You're Happy, which is insightful. And if you're in the know, as you're reading chapter 1, chapter 2, all that stuff. And we also have the I Have Your Number. She also, by the way, wrote the Clarity Tarot, created the Clarity Tarot, which is in its 2nd reprint, if I believe.
It is.
So
it is. And it got picked up, I must say. I don't know how they did that because it's traditionally published, but Russia bought the language rights to it. And I did receive a Russian deck, and I got to see what my name looks like in Russian. It's pretty sexy, if I must say so myself.
I love that. Meditation, only 2 pages. Slacker. Yes, I am a slacker, and so there we go.
Thank you, madam.
Yes, thank you.
So sweet.
We do have a thoughtful question, and I'm just going to lean right into this. Maybe a dumb question, but is the life path and the master number the same thing?
So master numbers are always 11, 22, 33, 44, 55.
Yes.
Whether they're in your name, number, your desire, your heart's, there's another one, a heart's desire, soul urge, and things like that. That's in your name numerology, which I don't do because I just don't do that, because I find this part so fascinating and insightful for people to just on the go, because if you can know someone's birthday easier than their name at birth, type of thing. But a master number is always a master number, no matter where it goes in numerology. But the life path number is only derived from your birth date, not your time, not the placement, but just your birth date, the numbers. And so you would just do one number, add one number up at a time, and then whatever the double digit is at the end of that, if it's not an 11, 22, 33, those double digits, then you reduce it by adding each of them together. So if it added up to 15, you would add the 1 and 5, and it would be a life path 6. Life paths are forever. It's your whole life. Personal years, which I sometimes talk about, those are in 9-year cycles, and that's a different topic. But
maybe if people like this show enough, I might be able to have me call Debra and say, would you like to come on and talk about that? What that show is? I'm always looking for,
personal years. I'm all about that, because if you know at the beginning of the year, especially if you know what's coming up, what life is kind of syncing up for you, then you can just rule the year.
Yes. Yeah. So we have, so Sherry was like, so you said add it up, like add your birthday. Yes. So it looks like this. If you were to write 2-digit month, 2-digit day, and 4-digit year, you just total those up. And there you go. So
there is now, if you pick up, well, all the books I picked up in the beginning when I was learning the basics and the legacy and the history of each number, which has changed since I've used it in my practice, things have changed. But when I was learning it, they added it up. I call it the chunky way, where you would chunk it together. It's not as fun. It's not as easy. You can't do it off the top of your head as easily. But also, I think for the era that a lot of these books were written, that worked fine. But since we went into the 2000s and the late 1900s, the thing happened is that I have discovered I miss the master numbers that way.
Yes. And hi, fellow nine. I see you.
We know your pain.
Yes. Jan said, awesome. I'm going to have to purchase responsibly a copy of Decode Tarot.
Thank you.
We did a show on that. I even did some shorts. So I'm like, so I'm a big supporter.
Great.
And so
thank you. If I had them in stock, I would give them away. I do also have When Life Knocks You Off You're Happy. I do have a stack of those, so I could give some of those away if anybody is interested.
So let's master numbers are life path numbers with double digits. Let's go. What is a master number, Debra?
So the master number is a signal from life. It's almost like a God wink that you made an agreement to say yes to opportunities in your life to make a change on a larger scale. So you have that information when you're born. So the whole idea is, let's say you're a little kid. I don't care what master number you are. You're a little kid. I want to sell lemonade. Now, when you go to sell the lemonade, a lot of people it's self. I'm going to sell this and get my nickel, and that's myself. With a master number, they think of bigger things. This signage, the reach. If a fire truck comes by and stops, they'll give everything for free. It's that give to the community part. So the same thing with like a 2 life path in general is all about relationships. The shadow side is they lose their boundaries in a relationship. The other ones, they master the relationship. When you're looking at a 22, then you're looking at the relationship of a large amount of people. It's the community, not the neighbors. It's the whole neighborhood versus the neighbor, that kind of thing.
The one thing that I appreciate about your writing, Debra, by the way, Debra, I'm heaping praise in your general direction. Please get ready. I forgot to mention this backstage. Oh, and I forgot to mention, by the way, this is for entertainment purposes only. Do not make decisions based upon what we say. Seek professional assistance, really. But one of the things that is really beautiful about your writing is it's like chatting with you over a cup of coffee. And it has that sense of humor. And there's the element of, I'm going to slap you upside the head, but then I'm also going to put my arm around you and kiss your forehead.
You all over.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Because I bring that up because you had talked, master numbers are those that come into life with an extra oomph associated. There's this extra opportunity. And I said this last time, they come in with the deluxe weave with that one stitch with neon that says extra credit available.
Yeah.
I still love that. And it still makes me smile because that says, when you pay attention, because when you are, as you said in here, the trick is noticing the open doors instead of the closed doors. Don't know about the rest of you. I sometimes go, all I'm seeing are these cups turned over in the 5 of cups. I gotta rotate my head.
Yeah.
So I love that. This is that potential for extra credit if you so choose. And I don't know about your relationship with the divine. Your experience may be different. Hands up for people who have it. When I ignore something long enough, it keeps showing up. It keeps getting louder. It repeats itself. It echoes. It's getting my attention. So.
That is part of the challenge of a master number. You are not a master number. I do want to mention that every single number, single digit number, has made incredible contributions to the world. On the world share. Everybody has that potential. It's just this, the master number is signaling that we are going to synchronize up opportunities for you to say yes to. You need to be brave. Because it's not going to be, you'll be a standalone for a moment or two.
Yes.
When you do something, and then to keep going. But you're right. That's one of the things that even with young master numbers, kids master numbers, they don't get why they can't do something bigger, because it does keep showing up. I don't care if you're 7 and you want to start mowing lawns. What it is, whatever impulse you're on, it's bigger. I remember, you want to know what I remember? I have a funny story about this.
Yes.
Multi-level marketing. When I was a kid, there was this multi-level marketing thing that my girlfriend had me over to her house, and these people are going to talk to us about hydroponic planting things in the home. I don't know, it was this little trough you sell and just water and all that stuff. So I thought, oh, wow. And so I was asking all these questions, and I said, so what if I sold, this is what I said, I'm an 11, she is not. What if I sold like $50,000 in a month? And she was livid. That's just like you. She shut it down right away. You think so abstractly that's something that can't even be possible. And I thought, oh, this is interesting, because it was very easy for me to open that conversation. And it was sensitive. It blew off sensitivity to others that are more practical. So that's the kind of feedback you get when with a master. I'm sorry I interrupted you.
No, this is beautiful. Debra, you're why we're here.
You know how I can go on and on, though.
And that's why I'm like going, happy to do that. I do want to say, this is a dating and relationship edition. It doesn't mean relationships as in you're dating someone. It's relationships so that you are understanding them. For a parent to read this and figure out what their child, who is a 7, who wants to have a lemonade stand, because it's really beautiful. It gives you the opportunity to show support in a way that I'm a 9. I don't get the 7, unless, well, I do, but that's because I'm a 9. But it also gives the opportunity to go, oh, that's what they need. And this is how I can show support and offer that insight to help someone with what they may be missing.
Right.
That's the kind of relationship that we want.
That's I did that for I do numbers for my friends who have babies, and their parents are these really loosey-goosey, ski every weekend, are active and party and lighthearted, responsible. They have responsible jobs and everything. They give birth to this little baby girl who is a 4 life path, which is, we need security. We can't change our mind easily as much as, everything. And so my bit of advice for them was that this little toddler, this will do things that are real dumb. That's what they're supposed to do.
Sure, yes.
But unlike others, she will have such a good reason why she did something. So if you have an active person, let's say a 5, that's just, they might reprimand right away, saying, oh, no, you can't, whatever. And actually traumatized because they need to explain why they did it. And that is sound to them and reasonable. So you have to go through the back end. You have to back up from the incident and see where it went, right?
Yes.
Just that.
Yes.
Alone helps.
And Debra and I talked about this the last time. When I first started to do numerology as it relates to the tarot, I spent, 4 or 5 hours going through all of my family members, my friends, anybody whose birthday that I knew. And my friend, I'm dropping names, Amber, was actually using all of the birthdays for this group of people that get together and totaling those up to see what all of us were together.
Oh, I've never done that.
Oh, Debra, we can talk about that. That's an amazing, amazing thing. So
that is so cool.
We have more people who have come in, and I do want to welcome everyone. And I'm going to be a smart aleck. Timmy has asked, I'm asking for a friend. What kind of person would date an 11? Well, you know what? I have my own copy of this, and sure enough, in there it says, you do say, how do you say it? Hang on. You use the from a life path's 11's perspective, their perfect partner.
Yep.
So, and how's that for the tease?
So there you are.
Yes. And okay. So,
but, I feel the need to get, I really feel the need to this. So if you get this book and you love someone or falling in love with someone and it's the wrong number, because the worst that happens is an ambitious match. The thing is that if you understand what makes someone tick and respect that, respect their ticks, I guess, and that you give room for that, it can be such a great match. Orville and what's his other name? Wright, the Wright brothers.
Wilbur.
Total opposite.
Orville and Wilbur, right? Yes.
Totally opposite, but together, probably individual not so much, but together they've changed history. So there's people, you don't have to be a master number to change history or anything like that, but it's just an ambitious match, right?
And I thank you for saying that, because love is love, and the energy around it, numerology and numbers and, the color of somebody's eyes can support it. But when that love and that energy is there, don't over explain it. Just get to know the person and run with it. Yeah. Okay. So I do want to get on to, let's talk about master number 11. And so tell us about master number 11. If briefly, don't give away,
I won't give away too much. The only thing I can say is that I'm a 2911, and it has been my experience that 2911s are more emotional in their dealings with life, which can slow up their success, where 3811s are more grounded and gain success earlier in life. Just say it like that, because the emotions slow you down.
I think it's I wanna pause and say I appreciate how you say you are more emotional. You did not say I'm overly emotional. No. Everybody's emotions have value. And just because you call someone else more, overly emotional, that's on you, because that's making you uncomfortable. And here, let me do this. Back off. Emotions are important. They're an amazing part of our experience as human. So wait, sorry. I missed something. Is the master number the numerology of your birthday and birthday? Yes.
Birth year. Yeah, it's your whole birth date.
It's this, Beth. Yeah. All of that. So, and okay. So one of the things that is about, I think, okay, I'm going to look at this and I'm going to give a brief summary because this is beautiful.
Oh, that's what I had queued up too. So to remind me
about the words. Because one of the things, I like how in this, it's like, your value to the world is the way you light it up from the inside. Kids, come on. I mean, that's powerful right there. If I know, as you're an 11 too, and so I know from this, I want to know what's going on with Debra, because she's got this fire and it's glowing within her, and suddenly it's going to start being allowed to come out into the world in things like books, shows, workshops, readings. There's a whole lot of power in that.
Well, there's also, you would know how to care for me by saying, hey, Deb, just stopping by. How are you feeling today? How are you feeling about your book sales? How are you feeling? Whereas someone else, you might say an 8 or a 4 or even a 6, you'd say, how's that business going? How was your decision we talked about last night? That the head decision instead of the heart decision. See, so it's the first few words you can say to someone to make them feel really connected, and you've got them. They'll really value that.
Yeah, I mean, it really is that. I want to make sure I see you exactly where you are, because
that's
everyone. I'm a 9. So
everyone's kindness and heart. You feel not responsible. Maybe when you're a kid you felt responsible for it, but now you're well-rounded, but you still have that knowing that what you say and what you do does have weight to another. People are listening to you, and so how they take in that information and do. You're all grown up about, you're parenting yourself about it. You're not so attached to the outcome, but the quality you give is important, and it's received and used well. So that's that was something that I had to learn. Because for me, these natural things for me as a 9, I didn't know that those were different than everybody else's experience. So I had, through therapy and some really great support, people like going, Gerald, that's different than the rest of the world and how it is. And I'm like going, oh. So. And imagine as a little kid, when you get advice, you would take that seriously, even if it was something to tease you with. You would take it seriously.
Oh, totally.
Because Yeah, because of you had a general idea that people were caring for the other people. God bless you.
I do love how in the life or the master number 11, there is this emotion and vision that links together and supports each other to go, this can be huge. This can be beneficial. This can emotionally support everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know about the rest of you, but I think we need a little bit of that right now, or a whole hell of a lot of that.
Yeah.
So what else would you like to say about the master number 11, Deborah?
I think there's a lot of us in our community, a lot of master numbers, a lot more master number 11s that gravitate to our channels and our community. Thank God.
Yes. This was a question. Hypnicity said, are master numbers more inclined to be mediums?
Not necessarily. They are intuitive, just like everybody else, but like mediumship would be for the 7s, the 2s. We all have intuition, but someone who would dig mediumship, all of the master numbers, all of the numbers can go ahead and do that. Remember, you have agreements prior to incarnating that, and sometimes your soul specialization, my soul specialization is a third order escort, which is escorting souls in and out of life. So you're the hospice workers and the first responders and stuff like that. Those could be, but so that we have other things. We're not just purely our numbers. So the biggest thing I fear is that I'd pigeonhole someone into thinking they're one thing or another, and they aren't. But it's just to understand what the possibilities is to say yes to if you feel like it.
Yes, thank you for that. And I like how you were saying, I think master numbers are looking for the extra credit.
They are, and they're the least likely to grow into their full potential. I'll tell you that.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, and Maru does bring up a point. Yes, 11 is technically a 2 as well, and yeah, it's
the root emotion.
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to do this because because it's me, Gerald, holding my 11 feet to the fire. LOL. Yes, and I'm going to make that a short, Timmy. There you go. Let's move on to master number 22. What would you like to say about that?
So the root of that is 4. Thank you, Raven, for explaining that. The root, so 2 plus 2 is 4. So the root is 4. And the 4 is like a builder, structures. The 4 is like, I want to make sure there's a roof over my head, food in my belly, and that my immediate family is cared for, and a little more in the bank just in case. The rainy day fund. This is where they operate. So if you have a 4 in your life that's freaked out, that's not able to build anything, that's the reason. They haven't got their idea of what's safe set up in their life. that is totally the core of it. So no matter what the freak out is, that will be for a 4. So you kind of double that for a 22, but their builder part of it, instead of just their house, it's more of a community. So they're more for volunteering in a lot of different ways, being a participant. Now they're not necessarily social as much as they are coordinated and detail oriented. So for instance, online, I know of a young woman who is an artist, but one of those online artists, she draws and everything, but I don't know how that really transfers. So what she did was she created images, these little characters, and then she created, now this is like the 4 part, she created characters and some stories and started animating them. And then the 22 came out, and she explored the bigger picture of that, joined people who had the same energy, and they did a play together. So see how it goes, expands out with the 22. So just a bigger platform, but it comes naturally. See, a 4 would rather just stay home and, do their own thing and not socialize. But a 22, it's almost like they see an opening and they're a little more braver. But when they are brave and they enter out, their house can go to shit. I mean, there could be, you walk into their room, they've got the computer. The only thing you can really see is the computer and keyboard and whatever, the mouse or whatever. And then on either side is last week's lunch. Or I've explained in the book where there's that tablespoon of mustard underneath a towel, that kind of thing, because they're just so focused and brilliant. Their brilliance is amazing.
Yeah. Again, Debra knocks it out of the park when she starts with the, life path 22-4, the sacred blueprint, and says they build, but also they spiral, then come back and build better.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a really powerful thing to keep in mind, because, how often are we actually, the 22s, as you say, the value to the world is they turn their vision into reality. But sometimes it's like the cobbler's children have no shoes.
Right.
They're looking at that bigger picture. And so
that's right.
The world leans on life path 22 to prove that lasting change is possible, and you deliver it in one solid, determined step at a time.
Yeah. To do that better, you have to spiral. And that's the thing, because they have this incredible self loathing if they don't do it right, this perfectionism thing, and they're tolerant to a point, but then all of it's bad, right? But they're so brilliant.
Yes, I love this. And so then we move on to the master number 33. Tell us about the master number 33, or the life path 33. Sorry, I'm calling them master numbers, but
that life path number 33 is a master number. And I gotta tell you, so it's the cosmic artist, healer, creator, emotional sponge, brings beauty into form. Sorry, I didn't read that with my glasses. Brings beauty into form. Now, full disclosure, only on this channel. When I was learning about the 22, book learning about the 22, I got one idea, but when I actually went out into the wild with my work and found a 22, when a 33, this is 33, when a 33 is in crisis, they will say over and over again, but I did this, this, and this, and not just, but I did this, this, and this, and it failed. Here's the receipts. I went to this, and I said this, and I did this. And so they try very hard to take something that didn't work out for them and make it understandable to the police, to the housing development, to the friend, make it so you have to understand. So the best part, the way you handle a 33 in crisis, is to make sure they know you understand the work they've done behind the scenes, to have there's no good reason why something failed.
That's smart.
And that is the hardest part of a 33's life, is to understand that life sometimes gets hard for no good reason. So that's their big tripping point.
And that's just how they operate.
Yeah.
It's not an excuse, but it does give us, for people who love 33 sixes, to be able to listen and look at the receipts and to go, yes, you did all of that. Yes, you did all of that. And sometimes it just doesn't work.
Right.
And, yeah.
But but that is going to be often, and we've all been there. We've all been there. But imagine that more than just a few times a year, or it's like almost daily kind of thing.
I discovered this past weekend that 3 people that I know pretty closely are 33 sixes. And it's like, this is very, very interesting. So I love it. So.
And these people don't know what they need to be cared for. It's like, here, because I can come to you and say, Gerald, I can get really emotional. Don't let that bother you. Because I know that about myself. 33s don't know this about themselves because they're wrapped up in it. It's a real trap, head trap. So if you can serve a 33 well, they will forever hold you in grace.
Yeah.
I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Beth said, looking at 33-6, the way you read tarot, it's the person's inability to handle the imbalance of things. Like incredulous that if you did everything, it doesn't balance and harmonize. Yeah.
And that is true. And that is true for everybody, I must say. Yes. Everybody. But in a 33 life path, it's harder. It can keep them stuck longer. Mm-hmm. So if you did know that, you would have the right combination of words to have them free up for that. Because the truth is always the truth. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't work out. But to be dismissive with that, and a 33 is so disrespectful.
Yeah, don't be, yeah.
But no, I'm not saying this comment was, I think that comment was brilliant.
It was right on. Absolutely. Right on. I was just recognizing, I'm thinking of the people that I'm close to is when they are dismissive, when people dismiss them, it really gets them. It's like,
and they're not broken for that. They're here to teach us how to be better citizens and friends and family members.
Yeah. Beth followed up with yes, but some can accept it pretty easily. Like that's one of the few things that's not an issue for me. I mean, and you're right. It is about who we are as individuals, mm-hmm. and it is a product of our nurture and our environment. So, yeah, this is beautiful, and I am so appreciative of everybody being here. Please, if you have not already done so, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, ring the little bell to show your support. If you were watching this in playback, thank you. And I hope you're listening to us at double speed so we sound funny. And leave a comment of, I want to see what people's takeaways are. What's their biggest benefit for having this? So let's talk about master number 44.
Can I ask you to read that instead of me? Because I don't have my glasses handy.
Of course, I would love to
bring it in. I have the book, no glasses.
This is absolutely fine. Life path 44. When others see limits, you see blueprints, and you remind people that structure doesn't have to be a cage.
Yes.
It can be freedom when designed with vision. And, they teach that discipline and intuition aren't opposites, but partners, and that true power isn't in controlling everything, but in creating something that lasts.
So those are the people behind the scenes in government. in city council that sees the need for a park.
Yes.
Or a center. And they're methodical because that's an 8, right? It's a 44-8. So they know the forms that have to be filled out, the city council members that need to be agree to it, the zoning they have to do, all of those things on a big to get that park built. That's the energy signature of a 4. Whether that person is actually a 4, I don't know, but that's how you would spot them in the wild. It's the people behind the scenes making safe spaces. They're creators of safe spaces.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. There was somebody left a chat.
Oh, they're creative Chick Studios. Yeah. I want to I want to talk to you, my sweet. Creative Chick Studios. I am only a 7, feeling depressed. I am not a master number. Believe me. The only way you can grow into your full potential is to be a 7, not a master number. Mainly because master numbers don't grow into their well, they rarely do grow into their full potential. But when they do, it's later in life. Your information, the information you were created to give, is much younger in life. You started changing lives for the better much younger than any of the master numbers. That's number 1. Number 2, there isn't one great thing that's anyone's done. There's every number in the world, every great achievement has been made by every number. This is just the master numbers have that a little bit of a pressure that I can't just have a lemonade stand. I have to feed the world. Yes. And then what happens then? Nothing gets done. They just have frustrated. I can't. And then when they look at the news, they think, oh, this is terrible as the defeat is. I mean, there's a whole lot of stuff that goes on with master numbers that really set them back, quite frankly. But with a 7, when you're able to understand yourself, when you're focused on a topic, and it could be 15th century Mongolia, I don't care what the topic, you get extra information when you're focused.
Oh, yeah.
So, and that is from the divine. You get this information. And with that, these doors open. All of a sudden, you're in a bookstore reading something interesting. You hear someone talk about a topic, conversation, then you marry them. Or, that kind of stuff will happen in your life. So
I love that.
And, good.
Yeah. Oh, that makes me feel good. And I think that that's a really key thing. Everything has a great purpose. The master numbers, it can, they
can be romanticized and stuff.
Oh, yes. Oh, that's a good point. Sometimes you just don't want to be a master number. To be honest with you, can you imagine me as a master, with some sort of a master number that would add up to 9? I mean, it's bad enough that I am a fire horse Scorpio in Western astrology.
Oh, wow. Whoa.
There we go.
Isn't that the year?
Yes, that's the coming year. That's the coming year. Woo-hoo. Yeah. Gwen has said it. Love the insight into types of personality.
Good.
So do I.
Yeah. Thank you, Gwen.
And the other great thing about a 44 is a 44 says, I build and protect.
Mm-hmm.
So it goes back to think about that as it relates to an 8, where in the tarot, it is strength. Of course, they are going to protect. Of course, they're going to figure out what's the best way to do something, even in a horrible situation. So
I thought about this morning about the 44. I thought, how do I explain it the best? Years ago, back in the dark ages, I dated this guy who was way into wealth building. And he said, come here, I'm going to show you something. So he opens up his front door and I look out and he goes, you see that house on the hill? it's a gazillion dollar, $1 million or whatever. I'm going to own that by the end of the year. Now I don't know what number he was, but this is what I am going to own this. I am going to prepare this house for my family and prepare the legacy, the 10 of Pentacles, the legacy and all that stuff. That's what. So, but a 44 will say, come here, see that land out there. I'm going to put in 30 tiny homes for affordable housing. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it.
I'm going to do it.
That's what 44s, that's how their mind thinks. Whether they can do it or not, I don't know, but that's how their mind clicks.
Gwen, I'm glad you're loving this.
Thank you,
I
Gwen.
am too. I mean,
thank you.
One of these days, Deborah will say no to me, and I will be sad. But until
no way, you're my favorite.
Let's talk about the master number 55.
And rarely,
yes, it's a rare number. Is that correct?
Very rare because of our era. Because of our era, when we get later into the 2000s, we'll hit 55 eventually.
Yeah. And so these are the disruptor of outdated systems. It pushes buttons and says, but what if everything could be better? And this is one who questions and then authenticates, which I think is a really helpful thing. You just did. Zelensky is a 55?
Zelensky he's a 33.
33, okay.
Navalny and Zelensky is a 33.
Okay. So the life path 55, the value to the world is fearless refusal to play by the rules.
Hard life.
Yes. Oh, very, very hard life. Very hard life. And you are proof that disruption isn't destruction. It's the beginning of something brand new. And we are all the better for your efforts.
Yes. So the reason I added 55, a chapter of 55, because I've met one woman in all of my readings, one that was a 55. And she was very different. There was a lot of pushback and things like that and I felt really, really bad for her, but I needed to inform people that these are the people. Let's just put it on as an energy signature, since there's not very many people in the world that are just radical like that. But as an energy, like the 55 energy signature is our marches, our pushback, our saying no finally, that type of thing. So I wanted to put it in the book, even though it's not very many people of it. We're having a collective of that energy coming through. And it's a real positive thing, but it can be troublesome and frustrating. This is why people sit in their room and think, the life is, I have to go march, or I have to do this, or, there's something happening I have to do. That's what the inside of a 55 feels like all the time.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a hard life.
And isn't it interesting, because of the time period we're in, we're going to start seeing more of these? This could be a very positive thing.
Yeah, because we have to do things differently with the one universal year to find success. So that's why it's important that, eventually we'll have more 55s. Yes. And that'll be really interesting. I don't
Creative Chick Studios asked, so do you flow back and forth between a master number and a regular number, like being a 33 and a 6? You might have answered this earlier, and I just joined here a little while ago. I think that's a thought-provoking question.
It is, and you're always a master number. You can go in and out of thinking about self versus others. When that scenario we talked about where, something happened and it's really frustrating, but I did everything the right way and here's the receipts, and that's more of the challenge of a 6. but it goes in and out. So if you study the 6, you'll see that perfectionism. Oh my gosh, 6s keep people at a standard. They have a standard that they hold people to. And so therefore, I'm just going to say this, sorry for the pushback. What it is that you have a tendency, you're not broken, but you have a tendency to be more judgmental. Now, being judgmental can save your life.
Yes.
All right. But the pedestrian judgmental, like, oh, isn't that skirt a little tight for you, or not this and that, that can get in the way of the real gems of being judgmental.
I like
so
that.
That's the challenge of, but you're always going to be a master number. But whether you take on the opportunities, because things will cycle in and out, and maybe when you're asked to call, like Zelensky, he was asked, I mean, look at his life. He was an actor pretending to be a politician, a president, I think, right? And then all this happened. You see how divine, well, he had to say yes to that from the very beginning to get where he is now. So, and you don't have to.
Yes. I think this is a really powerful thing to keep this in mind. There are, well, wait a minute. Gerald wrote this down before we, are we giving stuff away? Are we giving a book away?
Yeah. Let's give some books away.
So enter numbers for a chance to win a book. Please be in the United States.
Yeah.
And I think this is one of those things this is a great thing to consider. And this is a deep and thought-provoking question. Is what is your safeguard so people use master numbers or a number as insight and not identity, and not weaponize them in a relationship? What's your safeguard? So to use it as insight and not only aspect of identity, and to weaponize it.
The thing is when you're being the observer, you're always going to win, period. Because when you're the observer, you find things that are curious, not offensive.
Smart.
So you will understand people's soft spots. And if you would like to be that way, you certainly can. Like, for instance, insisting that a 4-life path joined you on a seat of your pants trip or something, and then remove their security of this and that because you feel like traveling. That you can certainly ask them to do that, and it's up to them to say yes or no, but it doesn't improve their quality of life.
Yeah. And this is really beautiful, because keep this in mind, everybody. This is prevalent throughout the book, which is I Have Your Number by Debra Zachau. Links are below. If you purchase it, please leave a review to give some support. The reviews are helpful.
Very helpful.
What's helpful is you say that often in this book. It doesn't excuse bad behavior. People can behave differently. People learn and they grow, because that's what an engaged human who wants to have an authentic experience in life does.
Yes, exactly. So this person, well, I'm just going to pick on the 4 again because it's right on the top of my head, said, I want to experience what it's like to have safety in my life, work for safety in my life, and stay in one spot and not travel so much, blah, 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 all that stuff. And they incarnate into a family that's nomadic. Now, if it starts when you're young, you can kind of loosen your grip on that. But if you choose a partner, then, and that is your choice, let me just put it this way. This information can give you the ability to take someone off their life path. They can't. You can try to sandpaper people into those that you like only, and say, I like this part of you, and I want to like all of you. So, and so you try to train them out of something that they were born to do, and that's on you. That's on your life review.
Don't do that, people.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. Instead, do the opposite. Lean in and understand what it's like, so you can be part of it. And guess what? Maybe your perspective will grow and your life will be different because of it.
Exactly. Like if I'm having a party and I have 4s and 8s and 6s, maybe not so much 6s. I would invite a 6 because they would want to help. but if I was having a party, I would call that 4 and 8, the 22s, the 44s. I would call them and say, I know you like the plan. You're a planner. Let me throw this out. This is what I'm looking forward to doing. Can you stick it on your calendar in pencil? Let me know closer to the date. That is honoring your friends that enjoy that.
Yes. And by the way, Jane the Secret Tarot is here. Hi, Jane. Probably been lurking the whole time. So, so we are, because Debra has been generous and is allowing us to give away a book.
Oh, and those of you that already have the numbers book, if they want the other book.
Oh, yes. If they want
When Life Knocks You Off Your Happy, I'll certainly send you one of those too.
I
mean, instead of the numbers book. So
see, everybody, this is what you get for subscribing and supporting people. So this is perfect. So how many am I pulling?
3.
All right. So here, we'll start this way. We've got 13 people who have signed in.
Oh, thank you.
Oop, look at that.
Okay, Steel.
This
kitchen, which I love that.
Yeah. Oh, and here. Oh, look at that. I have all the books and cards.
Yes.
Well,
thank you, Linda.
So, okay, next up. And Cheryl _33. Woohoo! Country Love Homestead is here. Hello.
So just if you want the other book, let me know.
And it's Debra Zachau at Yahoo.
Yahoo.com. That's all it is. He's just.
Okay.
Denise is here. Hi, Denise. So good to see you, dear.
Denise.
Raven Tarot.
Timmy from Raven Tarot Meditation, who will get a copy of this book, and he will be able to find out who in their right mind would date an 11-2. There you go.
So just email me at Debra Zachau at yahoo.com. I won in the subject line, so I can get to you quicker. Give me your address and I'll have it in the mail. If you want something other than the numbers book, if you already have the numbers book, I do have When Life Knocks You Off Your Happy. I gotta send you one of those. Thank you.
Oh, this is great. And I think this is wonderful. And by the way, more people are, a lot of people are here. And now I will know all about 11th. Yes, you will.
Yes,
and,
you will.
And you might actually see some duality involved in the numerology. So how about opening that can of worms? More people have come in, and there's been talk about celebrating Imbolc, and it's wonderful. This is the time of the year when Mother Nature is going, stuff is going on underneath the surface. You can't see it. So this is that time to go, woohoo, and do a little bit of planning. You don't have to take action, all of that. So that's lovely. Debra, I have one last question, if I may ask you.
Sure.
You know, a lot of numerologists, they keep, the master numbers are 11, 22, and 33. They don't oftentimes include 44 and 55s. They teach them as significant numbers, but not as master numbers. What was your reasoning for including those as in this great resource for you?
I have been blessed to do thousands and thousands of readings. I know that sounds so weird, and so I worked on a platform,
10,000 or something like that.
Yeah, 11,000 when I left the platform. But the thing is that I worked for a psychic hotline, and I put these numbers to the test often enough that they sort of shifted in my reality. Because I would actually say to someone, with this combination in here, it usually means A, B, C. Do you find that to be true? And then the feedback will tell me whether that number will stay the same or change. And so that's what you get in this book. But I have met 44s and I've met 155, and I just want to honor everyone out there, whether they're, I want everyone to see themselves in the book if they happen to be. And I'm thinking about the future, because 55s will be rolling in.
That is so right. That is so true. Debra, what do you have coming up the rest of this week?
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. What do you got?
Well, this week I have, on Fridays, I'm with Lalit, and I want to do some standalone pop-ups when I get to that. I'm not very good at them. So I have decided that this week is the week for me to just practice. So you'll be seeing me just popping up. That's my YouTube channel. And if you subscribe, you'll have my pop-up. And just bear with me, because I'm just not very good at reading the things and carrying on a conversation. But I need to practice that, and this week is that week.
I love this. That's great.
Thank you.
You said your numerology class on Valentine's Day, it's full?
Yes.
And how do people find out when you schedule new workshops?
If they just subscribe to the channel, it'll be in my posts.
I love it.
And if they subscribe to, I was just going to say, you know what? I'm just terrible at newsletters, and I am working on that as well this week. So if you sign up to be on my newsletter, you'll get one. I promise, by the end of the week. And that's, I have to be a grown up about my business and do that. So that's what I'm working on. But you can also just email me. I'm here. I want a workshop. I want to either work one-on-one with you, which I absolutely do. Now, a lot of people, I just want to say this, they know numerology to a point, and tarot, astrology, whatever, and they want the next step to pulling it all together and defining themselves as a unique advisor. I can help you with that on the one-on-one stuff. I can help you with that, and then bridge into a business. Now, I'm not going to, I'm not your entire ladder to enlightenment on that, but I can. Those dots are very important. How many people here are very, very gifted, and they don't have their business going? They don't have their shingle out. And if they,
why are you looking at me when you say that, Debra?
No, I should look at the chat and say that, all of you.
No,
it's because there's a big gap there, and I can help you with that. It's one of the things I do.
Yes.
Oh, thank you, Essence of the Moon.
And Denise has said, confidence comes from trying, not waiting.
Waiting to try. She is so wise. And subscribe to her. I think, Denise, you have a Substack as well. Remarkable writer. Denise 11 Schultz is an incredible writer.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
I have a couple of shows later today. One of them is a Caffeinated and Unfiltered. Follow the channel, my channel, because I do put posts up. Jamie and I are doing a back and forth with Jamie and Gerald, and we are doing Dana's Questions Part 2, because we had such a good time last time. And Dana answered her own questions and sent us more questions. So it's really, really thought-provoking. So it's going to be so much fun.
Could you post, would you mind going to 1214, and that's Denise 11 Schultz. I think that's her Substack. All Kind Mind to Mind is her Substack.
Great.
If this is a gold mine. If you want to muse with her, that'd be. That's all I'll say. Thank you.
Perfect. Deborah, anything last you want to add? I mean, I'm going to do that thing. Purchase responsibly, know your limits.
Yes.
Links are all below.
Yes.
So you're welcome.
Yes. You're welcome, my friend. Thank you for this so much. I just love coming on your show, and your questions are so good. You're a wonderful interviewer. I really appreciate you.
Thank you.
Supporting my work.
Absolutely. I'm glad to be able to do it. Thank you, everyone, for watching. This has been wonderful. You are all incredible. Thank you for being here. Please subscribe to the channel. Definitely subscribe, because I've got more things coming up. And thank you all very, very much. Take care, everyone. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.